got it on my phone.
Stand up, New York sports fans. I am so excited. I got Robbie from Rumboyz on the channel tonight as we're doing our Tuesday Night Live segment. I have a new YouTuber on every week. How you doing, Robbie? How you doing, buddy?
I'm amazing. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, man, I'm excited to have you on, man. You're doing big things with your channel. Just want to say hello to some people in the chat. Christian Nazy, MH, James, Timothy. Who else we got in here? Scott Thomas. Thank you to everybody. Dog Egg, thank you so much for everybody for tuning into the stream. I think I saw Lamel Sinclair in here, Jeremy Nussbaum, Bobby Woodruff. So, I got a couple of questions for you. We know that you're a Redskin fan. You're a Lakers fan.
Yes, sir.
So,
yes, sir.
So how did that happen? How did you become a Redskin fan and a Laker fan? The two completely different parts of the map. How did that work?
So I was born Fort Belvoir Army Hospital, DeWitt Army Hospital, on Fort Belvoir Army Base. And then, so of course, by trade, I was a Redskins fan. And then, my grandfather, who's a big influence in my life, he was a Redskins fan. So that's how that happened. The Lakers portion, my dad, after, of course, I was born, we got stationed out in Cali, and I started watching basketball. It was basketball season, around the time, we moved out there a couple years after I was born, and I just started watching Lakers ball, bro, and I became a Lakers fan. So that's how that combination started.
All right, very good stuff, man. Now, I'm a Knicks fan, unfortunately, but I will say the future looks pretty bright for us. I think next year with the cap space situation, hopefully we get a high draft pick. The Lakers, man, it had to be so disappointing this year because, I didn't think you guys were going to win a championship or nothing like that, but I thought for sure the Lakers are going to be like a 4 or 5 seed in the West with LeBron.
And I'm 100% with you, but, when you factor in injuries like Lonzo Ball, the blood clots with Brandon Ingram towards the end, Rondo went down earlier, there was just too many injuries, kind of like my Redskins in a way.
Right,
yeah. To where we could keep up. And then plus LeBron just completely demoralized the whole locker room when you start talking about let's trade all 6'5" of these guys for Anthony Davis. Then yeah, that's going to start some issues,
Yeah, you guys just had a ton of injuries this year, and your Redskins. You talked about your Redskins. You guys were 6-2, 8 games into the season, and then you start having the injuries on the defense. Alex Smith goes down, and now tell me what you think about this offseason. You guys lost some guys. You lost your best pass rusher, right, in Smith. But you added, obviously, you added Landon Collins, a former Giant. We're well aware of him. You added Case Keenum, the journeyman quarterback. You lost Jamison Crowder. So you had some losses. You brought in some new guys. What do you think of the turnover rate for the team? Do you think you could compete next year?
So I think we can compete next year. And the reason why I say that is because I feel like that. So first off, with the Case Keenum move and just that in general, because I know people are going to, in the chat, they're going to wonder how does he feel about having Case Keenum as his quarterback right now, currently. So first, let's talk about that. With the Case Keenum move, when you match up, and I said this on one of our previous podcast episodes on my channel, he is the exact same statistical quarterback over the last 5 seasons of Joe Flacco. Going back to previous content, I was not high on Joe Flacco. So why would I be high on Case Keenum?
Right. So
with being a Washingtonian, like you mentioned with the Landon Collins move, you're always going to be taken care of on defense, and we always have. So that there, I don't worry about our defensive off-season moves, but our offensive off-season moves, I didn't want Joe Flacco. You pretty much got exactly that in Case Keenum over the last 5 seasons. I feel like this could be an opportunity for him to turn over a new leaf if he can go back to how he was in Minnesota. There's a joke about the Stephon Diggs thing, but now that's not going to happen.
That's not going to happen, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, what was that about? Like, his brother tweeted that out or something like that?
Yeah, his brother tweeted it out. So I guess that maybe it's more so his brother that wants to play for Washington, but I guess what it was, like, they have a tie to the DC area, so they want Stephon to go there, but Stephon's not going to go there. And Stephon said in his exact words, "F no." So that's just not going to happen. We let AB walk right out of our arms.
Right.
We have a great backfield with Darius Geis and Adrian Peterson. It's just we have no one to throw the ball to.
That's the problem, and who knows with Keenum? I actually think a lot of people bashed you guys for the Keenum pickup. You guys got him for free. You have nothing to lose.
Yeah.
You gave up a 6th-round pick. You got a 7th-round pick back, and you only paying him $3 million of his $15 million contract. So I look at it like you got nothing to lose with that. Who cares? But then the question I have to ask here, I don't even know how much you paying Smith this year. Do you know Alex Smith?
I cannot remember the exact numbers off the top of my head, but I know that we are the 3rd lowest in terms of salary cap. That was about a week ago. We've spent some money since then, so I'm sure that we're in the hole.
No, the reason I was asking is because if you're paying a lot to him and Keenum, would it make sense to draft a quarterback? But I still think you guys could take a quarterback at 15.
Yeah, Keenum's not getting a whole not getting a whole lot of bread from us. So I mean, I'm not too worried about that. I worry about the receiver though.
Yeah. Do you think you guys go Metcalf if he's there at 15?
Yeah. That'd be that once again going back to the old school philosophy of you take the best player available on the board. If he's available, then yeah, we're definitely going to take that, and we'd be dumb if we don't.
QC, thank you so much. He says, I've been waiting for this mashup. Thank you so much, QC. By the way,
thank you, QC.
Yeah, let me just see if anybody else popped in. I see Mike D's in the house. Sarah's in the house. I'm excited if we get a jive with. Oh, you're talking about the Colts there. What are you laughing at?
Rumboyz sexy Tana. I'm laughing at Goquan, man.
Goquan's a funny guy, man. I love Goquan. He always.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
he always shows love.
Yeah, always shows love. Whitney's in the house. What's going on, Whitney? Ligma's in the house. And by the way, Rumboyz link is in the description below. Anybody who wants to check out his channel does a ton. He doesn't just do Washington sports. He's all over the map. He does a ton of. What's going on, Barbowski? Thank you for tuning in the stream. Caesar, thank you for tuning in the stream. Rumtana, there you go. Aim Sam,
Rumtana.
He does
I think.
Go ahead.
I think Caesar might have won that one between him and Sexy Goat, Sexy Boys, and Rumtana. I like Rumtana better.
I like Rumtana too. But Big Blue Flight, what's going on, my man? Chris, what quarterback in this draft do you think the Giants like the most? Okay. Now, who knows, right? We're all guessing at this point. But from what you read all over the map. Some people still think they like Haskins the most. Some people from recent reports say that they really like Kyler Murray. And there's rumors that they would debate trading up to get Kyler Murray. And then other people say that the Giants might take Daniel Jones at 17. So I don't know what to believe. All I could say is I hope they pick the right guy. And I don't want to take Daniel Jones at 17. That's the one. And I don't want to trade up. I do not want to trade up. Under any circumstances, I do not want to trade up, regardless of who the quarterback is.
So I want you guys. So once again, yeah, I'm a fan of Washington sports and Lakers are my team. Whatever, my job on the Rumboyz Fantasy Sports Network is to give you guys good betting analysis. It's legal now. I'm here to help you out. If I were to put my money on who you guys draft, I want it to be Haskins. In all honesty, one, I think he fits into your system. Two, he's going to learn great underneath Eli, as long as Eli's not like, I'm not about to train this guy who's going to take the job. I don't think Eli would
be like that.
And same here. Yeah. You and I, we spoke. We both had the same outlook. When people are like, Eli's not a Hall of Famer. Okay, well, who else beat Brady the first 2 times? Like, come on, you know what I'm saying? So I think that this works out for the Giants. If they get Haskins, I pray that you guys do. Forget the fact that I'm a Redskins fan. I like watching some good football. I like getting my pockets loaded at the same time. So as long as I'm about those 2 things, I want to see a competitive-ass game. And Haskins is going to provide that for the New York Giants. You can't tell me he's not.
I like Haskins. I'm not going to say that I'm not willing to trade up for any quarterback. I think Haskins does fit into their system, like you said, because I really do. I do think he fits into their system, but I don't think I'm not head over heels for him. But I'd like him at 6 if he's there. We don't even know if he's going to be there. We've heard rumors that people might jump the Giants. I do not want the Giants to move up. Let me ask you this real quick. If you're the Giants and you're not going quarterback, say Haskins is either gone or you decide you're not taking Haskins. Let's just say, hypothetically, what player would you want there at 6?
So first off, the fact that you guys wouldn't go quarterback, that's a tragic thought process. Player, I don't have an exact name. I can probably answer you position. Strengthen up your secondary. You guys lost to Eli Apple and Landon Collins this past season.
Yeah.
Strengthen up the secondary. Go for a corner or a safety.
Yeah, I like. We obviously know we have 2 picks after the OBJ trade.
OBJ,
and
yeah,
I want to
yeah.
get your take on that in a second, but that's my head. That's where my head is for the 17th pick, the pick they're getting from Cleveland. I want them to focus on getting a corner with that pick, and if they're not going quarterback, I'd like them to either get the middle linebacker Devin White or a pass rusher with the 6th pick, because I think pass rushers will fall off the board, and they'll still get a very good cornerback with that 17th pick. So that's where my mindset is with those 2 picks. But,
so we're on the same, yeah.
Yeah,
Either way, it has to flip. Well, it has to flip flop one of the 2 ways.
Yeah, secondary and a pass rusher if they're not going quarterback. What's going on, Bad Dog in the chat? Big Blues in the chat. They're saying there's a lag.
Bad Dog.
I apologize if there's a lag, guys. Can't do anything about it. What were you gonna say?
Oh no, I was saying shout out to Bad Dog. Bad Dog, I know that you're high on Murray, and I think he could fit in you guys' offense. I know that you've been waiting to hear this, Bad Dog. So I'm just going to let it out. I think he could fit. I don't think that you guys get Murray, to be honest, and I'm sorry, Bad Dog. I love you and I appreciate you, fam.
I'd be shocked if they hard to recognize Chris when he's not wearing blue. I put on the Eli jersey tonight. I switched it up tonight, Taylor. I had to put on the Eli jersey tonight. But
yes, I was gonna go with the Sean Taylor, but I was like, let me just throw on the hoodie. It's his channel, so I'm not gonna come out with the Sean Taylor.
And you were telling me a story before we go live. This is what it's like in Colorado. He was telling me a story before he goes live, and he said, I got to go let my dog out or whatever, let my dog in. And I'm like, oh, what kind of dog do you have? What's going on, Steven Pazienza? Thank you for tuning in the stream. Sexy Goat, thank you for tuning in the stream. Enzo. And he goes, oh, I got a Pit Wolf mix. And I'm like, oh, so you've got a Pit Husky mix. He goes, no, I got a Pit Wolf mix. I said, what do you mean a Pit Wolf mix? His dog had sex with a wolf. Or a random dog had sex with a wolf, and out came his dog. Yeah.
The pit bull got out. So the pit bull got out before my homie, he was about to get stationed to Germany. If you guys don't know, if you haven't been to Colorado Springs is a super, super huge military town. So my homie's dog gets knocked up, and he's like, bro, I know that you and the wife been looking for, like a more exotic style dog. Your dog wants like kind of like a husky. Well, it's not really a husky. I'm like, what's going on? He's like, well, it's not really a husky. He's like, and you want a pit. It's not a blue nose pit. He's like, but you can get your pit. I'm like, all right, man, let me come through and check out these dogs. He's like, so what had happened was, I guess the pit bull got out, ran up to the mountains, got boned by a wolf, a gray wolf, and I wish, like, if she wasn't bad today, I left a bag of medicine out, and she ate the bag of medicine, so she's in trouble. But if she was not, like, in trouble right now, I'll let her out and let you guys see her. I have this beautiful pit wolf mix with brindle fur. The way
that's a weird looking. I can't even picture what the dog looks like.
Oh, she's so sweet and she's so nice, but she ate my Colorado medicine this morning. Her ass is in trouble.
I see that, and Cushman, I see you. I'm not ignoring you, buddy.
Yeah, Cushman said I have a sexy voice. Thank you, Cushman.
Okay, he's a little weird, that kid. He's a little weird.
I know.
But yeah, that was an interesting story. I just thought, because I was thinking about while we're going live, I'm like, that's weird. I got to bring it up while we're live. But
yeah, everyone loves the turtle sex, so why not like wolf sex,
But so we were talking about your teams, obviously, the Redskins, and now you were saying, now I'm curious to see who you want. Now that we're talking draft a little bit, who do you want with the 15th pick for your Redskins in an ideal world? What player?
Oh, in a Rumboyz ideal world, where
let's be realistic. Josh Allen's not going to be there at 15. Like a guy that could be there when you pick.
Yeah. If DK is there, then we need to go DK. I'm still high. I know that analysis has changed since he's weighed in, but I'm still high that we could maybe go for Kyler. If not, then we need to go Drew Lock.
So you want quarterback? Unless it's like a wide receiver, you want quarterback.
Exactly. Unless it's a wide receiver, I want a quarterback. I don't. In that first round, I do not care about any other position but those two as a Redskins fan.
Interesting.
Like, let's face. Go ahead.
Johnny's saying, I just walked in and I heard Wolf. Johnny, it's a crazy story. He told me before we went live. I said at some point I got to bring it up, and yeah, you can rewind it if you really want to hear about it. But take off that. Jeremy, I'm a Giants fan. I'm an Eli Manning fan. He won me 2 Super Bowls. You may not be happy. Well, Jared, I don't even think you're a Giants fan, but he won me 2 Super Bowls. I'm going to wear it with pride.
Yo, this chat has me dying.
What's going on, Delano? How you doing, buddy? He says, salute to everyone in the chat. What's going on, Delano? Delano, by the way, if you want, please check out the link in the description. Everybody in here, check out the link in the description. You will like his content. Does a lot of live streams. You're probably going to be doing March Madness, right?
Yeah, I'm going to be doing, if I receive the game in my area, I will be doing March Madness. Right now, Temple and Belmont just tipped off.
Okay, yeah. What's going on, Movie Critic? Thank you for tuning in the stream. Jimmy G got paid for 5 good... Yes, he did. Yes, he did, and that was a crazy contract now that we're bringing that up. Jimmy Garoppolo, they signed that ridiculous contract off of 5 games. Rudy, what's going on? Rudy, by the way, I always look back, not through the whole show, but through my shows last night. I saw you popped in the chat. I missed you last night, and I didn't realize you live in Arizona. You said, I know you're a Giants fan. I didn't know you lived in Arizona. That's cool,
bro. So one thing I wanted to ask, because you kind of just mentioned it, so it brought the question. So you go back and you watch your content after you do it, or like you watch clips of it?
Yeah, I don't watch the whole thing, but I'll go back and like the phone calls. I always like to go back and watch a few to see how the show came out, to see how I could do better next time.
Okay, because I do the same thing, and like my co-host, he's like, "You really sit there and you do that?" I'm like, "Yeah, man. Like, I gotta know what we did or what we said, so we don't say something stupid next time. I don't want to feel like Stephen A."
Well, Bad Dog, every time we do our show, Bad Dog tells me the next day he will go into his car on his way to work and he'll just play it and he'll listen to it as if it was a radio show.
Yep, same here. Let's see. Some questions I have for you. What do you think? Well, you kind of actually already you already answered that. What do you think that you guys are going to do to figure out your backfield with the corners, the safeties? Oh, you mean Harrison Sachs is gone.
We brought in Jabril Peppers from the trade for Beckham, so he's one of the safeties. Facts. We obviously still have Janoris Jenkins this year, so he's one of our starting corners. We have Sam Beal, who's a very talented corner. Supposed, we've never seen him. They had to use the supplemental pick last year. He had a first-round grade. The Giants used the 3rd-round pick to acquire him last year, but he got hurt in the preseason. So more than likely, the starting corners this year will be Beal and Jenkins going in, unless they draft one. If they draft a DeAndre Baker, someone like that early in the first round, mid-first round with that 17th pick, he might beat out Beal, but that's what it's looking like. And then, of course, they brought in the veteran, what's his name, Bethea. The 34 or 5-year-old veteran. So right now that's the secondary. The holes right now in the defense, I mean, they certainly could use some help in the secondary, like you said, but the pass rush, I mean, it's non-existent right now. They brought in Marcus Golden, the former Cardinal, who fit very nicely into the system with Betcher a couple of years ago. He had 12 sacks. And Lorenzo Carter, the guy they drafted out of Georgia in the 3rd round last year, who was solid for I think he had like 4 or 5 sacks last year in a limited role. He wasn't an every down role last year, so I think a lot of Giants fans are expecting him to get 8, 9, 10 sacks this year, or at least they're hoping for him to take that step up.
Nice.
Obviously, we also lost another guy we didn't mention. We lost Olivier Vernon.
Yeah, I was about to say about that as well. Man, Justin, by the way, I always love your analytics. You're so thorough.
Justin, thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate that. Byron Murphy, 17th pick. He's
17th pick.
He's fine. He's a good corner, too. There's 3 corners there that they could take. Obviously, Byron Murphy, DeAndre Baker, and Greedy Williams. Those 3 guys, one of those 3, I think right now, if I had to guess, will be their 17th overall pick. If I had to guess. Yes, he is a Skins fan, Rudy. No, and let's talk about the other teams. You're a Skins fan. You're a Lakers fan, which we talked about a little. And I want to get back to the NBA because I'm a big Knicks fan. And then who's your baseball team? I'm not a hockey guy. Who's your baseball team?
My baseball team. I'm ready for the chats. Go ahead, get your 2 spoons out, chat, and eat me alive. Nationals. Juan Soto's our guy. I'm already opening up with Juan Soto. I know we lost Bryce. Let us be. Juan Soto got this. Trey Turner got this. Shazier at pitcher got this.
What do you think of the Nationals this year? For real, what do you think of the Nationals this year?
I'm going to pray. I'm going to do a whole lot of praying.
I think they could be good. I think the National League East is wide open. A lot of people are saying that the Phillies are going to run away with it. The Phillies don't have a great starting rotation. They have a weak bullpen. I don't think the Phillies will run away with it. I think the Mets are in it. The Nationals are. I think anybody can win the division.
Yeah, anybody. It's literally anybody's. But am I strongly disappointed? Yes. Do I think that we're gonna be in the playoffs like normal?
Well,
I'm gonna be
the thing is,
honest.
you still got the two studs at the top, though. You got Scherzer and Strasburg.
Exactly. Our pitching is what's gonna pull. If we do,
Yeah.
our pitchers pull. Our pitching is what pulls us through.
Yeah.
Is it? All right. Every analyst out there thinks that Juan Soto is going to be able to somewhat mirror what Bryce Harper did.
No way. No way.
And that's what I'm saying.
But I will say, Bryce Harper, to me, and I know you're a Nationals fan, I think he's one of the most overrated players in the sport of baseball. That's not a knock on, but I mean, a lot of people.
Trout.
Well, Trout's unbelievable, but and Harper's unbelievable, but people think he's the best player in baseball. Look at the numbers. He's not. I think he only has one 100 RBI season. He had 2 great years, one unbelievable year.
One.
But he's been inconsistent throughout his career, Bryce Harper.
Because here's the thing, his agent doesn't want him to hustle out there for those heavy balls, or for those those big play balls, and trip over the stands and sprain an ankle or a knee or and all this other stuff. So he doesn't have the same hustle anymore. He gets walked a lot of the time when he goes to the plate. You're paying a guy $330 million just to walk half the time. I don't.
Well, Barry Bonds made a living off that.
Yeah, Barry Bonds did make a living off of that. I mean,
I remember one year Barry Bonds walked like 200 times or something crazy like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Completely insane.
Yeah, but no, I think I really think National East will be competitive. Now I want to transition a little. I jump around. That's what I do. I want to jump back a little bit to the NBA. I want your thoughts on the Knicks situation. I know you're a Lakers guy, but obviously I'm a New York guy, and a lot of my people, I don't want to say the S word because we're not supposed to say that, but a lot of people that are
a lot of our subscribers, our supporters are
either Knicks fans, whatever, broad NBA fans. But what's your take on the Knicks situation this year in the offseason? Do you think they're going to end up with Durant? If you had the number 1 pick, would you take? All right, I think you're going to say Zion if you have the 1. If you had the 2, if you had the 2, who would you take? Knowing
RJ Barrett.
You would. Okay, because a lot of people would say Morant, but there's a good chance we're going to sign Kyrie.
Here's the thing. Exactly. And that was going to be what I'm saying. So if you're not going to get Zion, and if I'm the Knicks, I still want a guy that I can build around and that can maybe attract some other big names, a young guy that can attract some big names. If you get Zion, sure. I think Durant kind of falls in your lap at that point.
Right.
I think Kyrie, I think any player that you want at that point falls into your lap because it's like, here's a young guy that'll carry the torch after our legacy is done. We'll come here, help him win championships. He'll continue to win championships by himself and then be able to build around him. It just works out from a leadership standpoint as well for the Knicks organization if they get Zion. Now, let's say you get Barrett. Now, athletically speaking, you're given a guy that can still help you spread the floor like Barrett. Right. Not the same aggressiveness, but maybe you still get a KD at the very least, and maybe Kemba Walker instead of Kyrie or something. You know what I'm saying? You get a different guy instead of someone else. But I think you guys can bring KD. I think that the money is going to appease him. Being on the East Coast is going to appease him. He's a Maryland guy. Shout out to everyone from the DMV. You guys have a great picture to where you can kind of get anything that you want, in all honesty.
But the question is, are they going to come here? Because that's what I worry about as a Knicks fan. That and Primetime Cheetah says Dolan doesn't attract big name free agents, and history shows that he doesn't. But
yeah,
I will say that the Knicks never really had this kind of situation where they had this much cap space and this much youth at the same time, and and a top 3 or 4 pick, which they're certainly going to have at worst the 4th pick. The last time when they went after LeBron, they didn't have a first-round pick. They didn't have young players. They didn't have a Kevin Knox. And not that Knox is great, but he's still 19 years old. They didn't have a Mitchell Robinson. They didn't have guys that had promise in their future. This is a much better situation than the last time when they ended up with Amari Stoudemire when they struck out on LeBron James. And that is what I pray does not happen this time. If you miss on Durant, do not go out there and spend money on a second-tier superstar. Don't do it. Because you'll never win. You don't win that way.
Exactly. No, you're not going to win that way. I think you guys need to splash big. Rumboyz, let's get that fire alarm battery. I know, Enzo, it's bad. It annoys me. But I mean, if you guys, everything for you guys in terms of landing a big star free agent, I think revolves around Zion. I think if you get Zion and you make that happen, then sure, yeah, you guys are all set and good to go. If you get an R.J. Barrett, then you're going to have to throw some money out there to appease somebody to come. It's going to be about the art of appeasement
Let me
someone.
ask you. You bring up Zion. Would you trade, hypothetical, but I think there's a good chance Anthony Davis gets traded. Would you agree with that? In the offseason?
Oh, yeah. I think there's a chance he gets traded, but I don't think that you guys get him. I think the Lakers do get him.
Yeah, well, that's
and
what
I'm ready for the Heat.
Well, what I was going to ask was because, there's a good chance the Lakers do get him, but the Knicks have a lot to offer if they have that number 1 overall pick. If they could cut, would you do that if you're the Knicks? Would you say I'll give up the number 1 overall pick? I'm giving you Zion Williams on a rookie contract for the next 4 or 5 years or whatever for, obviously Anthony Davis. Would you do that if you were the Knicks? Because that's a lot. You can't offer more than that. You're getting a superstar.
So you're saying, hey, if the Knicks or Lakers, I'll give you the number 1 overall pick, which gives you Zion, if you give us the ability to go after AD.
No. I'm giving you the trade is the number 1 pick and maybe a future first for Anthony Davis. Would you do that if you're the Knicks?
Yeah. Oh, okay. To New Orleans. Yeah, I would do that if I'm the Knicks. Oh wait, hang on. Fuck, you don't have anyone else. Yeah, no, I'm not doing that. Because if I get Zion, then I have something I can build around. Even if he flops with me, I can trade him in the future. So,
but you can build around Anthony Davis.
I don't think. I think you can build around Anthony Davis for the next 3 to 5 years. I mean, that's some good years in basketball.
Zion's for 10, 12, yeah.
Exactly, yeah. If we're talking about getting you star players to your team and then simultaneously maintaining asses and seats, let's go and get Zion. Zion's gonna take care of our marketing division. If I'm the Knicks, he'll still sell tickets. Okay, but now if I get Zion with somebody else, a KD and a Kyrie, now I'm selling tickets. I can push for a championship, so on and so forth. I have something to build around. I now bring back that star allure to New York to where when future assets want to come up in the draft or from free agency, they'll want to come and play here because people have been here. I think Zion's the key, and he's the answer.
I just hope we get him, man. He reminds me of Larry Johnson before he got hurt. AD not going to want to play in New York City. He wants the West Coast. That's what it sounds like, John. He was just a hypothetical. What's going on, Terrence T? Thank you for tuning in the stream. Nelson says, what's going on, Rumboyz? And by the way, anybody that has just popped in, please go to the... Oh, by the way, the link in the description as well, the fantasy challenge that I'm doing on my channel on ESPN. I think Rumboyz is already a part of it. I'm giving away a fitted hat of the winner's choice. Go in there and please sign up for that. So get yourself a fitted hat. So I think there's probably about 50 people already are joining it.
Entertainer, I'd love for you to join our bracket as well. I posted on our last video tonight that we just covered when we just covered the FDU game, which FDU won, and I picked that correctly. But if you want to join our bracket as well, man, you're more than welcome.
I'll definitely do it. Chris, can you set a warning for all the people who want to play Madden? Cristiano, I don't know what you mean, but I just played Cristiano on Madden.
Like a post?
Okay, yeah, I just played Cristiano on Madden. I'm going to start doing that. I don't know how often, but maybe like once every couple of weeks I'm going to play somebody on my channel because people have been asking me to do that. I don't know if it'll be a YouTuber or whatever, but yeah, maybe like once every 2 or 3 weeks I'm going to have that on my channel.
I noticed Minitane at the top of Rumboy's screen. I did not notice that he was there.
Yeah, when the new Skype setting, you can't get rid of that. Matter of fact, you know what? I can get rid of it. Hold on. I'll scoot you over. No, I can't. Never mind. Nope.
Oh, it's fine for me. Let's see what
we got here. What are your thoughts of the Cowboys signing Randall Cobb? Now, it was to my understanding, it was a 1-year, $5 million deal, Sexy Goat. I don't even know. Did the Cowboys bring back Tavon Austin?
Yeah, so their current roster is going to be Tavon Austin, Randall Cobb, Mari Cooper, and Gallup.
Okay, thank you so much, Play Dead, for the super chat. I really appreciate that. So Cooper, Cobb. Well, yeah, you did. Okay, I don't know how well he fits them. Well, he's your slot guy. He replaces Cole Beasley, right? So, yeah, that's not a bad deal. A 1-year commitment, that's not a bad deal. I don't think he's going to be a big time difference maker at this point in his career, but it's not a bad deal there by the Cowboys.
No, I don't think it's a bad deal. I mean, you're getting a veteran guy who's kind of been a pain in your ass for the last couple of seasons. So, I think it works out for them.
How do you think Witten will work there?
That confuses me because he's old.
Right. Yeah.
He's old, but I mean, Dylan is liking Rumboyz channel. Oh, thanks. Yeah. Oh, didn't need a timeout. But no, man. I mean, I think it works out for them, and it gives them a veteran there. He's old though. I just don't. I'm gonna be honest. In our division, let's take you and me being Giants fans out of it. The Cowboys are at the bottom, like, to me, still.
You think the Cowboys are at the bottom?
I think the Cowboys are going to be at the bottom, bro. Like, honestly, I think it's
wow. Really?
Yeah, because
I hope you're right.
Eli's going to come out and he's going to ball as hard as he can for pretty much what's going to be his last year.
Yeah.
It'll be don't get upset, Giants fans, don't get upset. It'll be you or Cowboys that'll fight for that spot. I think the Cowboys end up in the bottom because I don't feel like they've made enough moves. I think that Golden Tate isn't good enough supplement to where he'll fill in okay enough to where the Giants will still do something. I don't feel like, and I feel like the Giants' losing season last year was a fluke at that.
Wow.
Yes. Look, I'm a Redskins fan, but I'm a realistic Redskins fan.
I hope you're right. I'm more optimistic than most Giant fans. You're more optimistic than me. I think most Giant fans expect like a 5-win season like last year, with the departure of Beckham. And now I'm not gonna I can't give my prediction till after the draft. But
right.
Yeah, one thing I will say is I do think Tate. I don't think they're gonna miss Beckham as much as some people think. I really don't.
Yeah, exactly.
But the defense is really bad. The offensive line is going to be better. Obviously they brought in Zeitler with the trade for Vernon to the Browns, and who's one of the best guards in football. And I think they're going to go out there and address the tackle position in the draft. But and that's why I think Barkley will be able to run the ball pretty effectively this year. Even more so than last year. And I think Eli will have more time in the pocket because they're going to have a better offensive line. But they don't have that playmaker. They don't have a guy like a Beckham. But the defense is the real problem. They need to address that, and they need to hit on the draft picks. If they're going to compete this year, they're going to have to improve the defense tremendously through the draft.
Oh, yeah. I think you guys could improve the defense, and, yeah, it helps you pull through. I mean, but once again, with the Odell thing, I don't think that you guys fell off offensively that incredibly, too terribly, too much. Yeah, sure, he's a great talent. He can catch the ball with one hand. This is also a guy that gets injured a whole lot, season in and season out. Stand up. Thank you, Spotlight Sports Talk.
Thank you so much for the super. Everybody do me a favor, go over there and check him out. He was on the channel a couple weeks ago. Thank you so much for the super chat. Really appreciate that, Spotlight Sports Talk. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I saw that go blue, and I was like, oh, snap. Yeah, man, I mean, I don't think that you guys fell off that heavy. Like, let's bring fantasy into it. Being that I am the betting guy, I'm the fantasy guy, I'm here to, help you guys make money, all that good stuff. If you ever had Golden Tate on a fantasy team, aside from this year when he went to the Eagles, aside from this last season,
the first half he was really good. The first half before he went to the Eagles.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When have you ever had Golden Tate? Like, I've had rosters where I've had Golden Tate and not had an Odell or an Antonio Brown. When have you ever had Golden Tate and be like, well, I'm probably not going to make the playoffs this year. Oh, well, I might as well toss it out. He's a high-priced guy, and he's a high-value guy who catches the ball. Almost 1,000 reception or 1,000 receiving yards per year, something like that. He's good for 90 and 1,000. But my question is, how do you think? Because I think him and Shepard are kind of similar. Very similar.
So they're talking about putting Shepard to the outside. That's what I'm a little worried about. But Shepard's played on the outside before. He's been successful, so we'll see how that works. I think Evan Ingram's going to have more of an expanded role in the offense, and obviously, Barkley out of the backfield is going to catch a ton of balls again. Oh yeah, most certainly, 100%. I couldn't agree with that better. Scott Thomas says Tate is better. I don't think that Golden Tate is better than OBJ. No, not even close. But I think what's going on, Joe Lutz? I think the biggest, and I know you've been here. I saw you earlier. I think the biggest reason, the two main reasons they got rid of Beckham. The biggest reason to me For me,
I'll be
anyway.
right back.
Oh, go! You gotta get the wolf.
I gotta piss.
Go do what you gotta do. I'll talk to the chat. Giants fans are delusional, thinking losing OBJ won't affect them for decades is not fair, Kevin. My God, you could replace a receiver in a couple of years. You're not gonna get another OBJ, but you could have a different type of offense. If you want to tell me for a year or two, we could talk. Under over how many wins will the Giants have this year? I'm gonna predict between 6 and 8, Jake. But again, I gotta wait till after the draft. Everyone's saying no one knows Gettleman's plan. Isn't that a good point, NFL? You don't want to know the plan, I guess. As Giant fans, we want to know. Like, we want to know where the team's headed, but it's all guessing at this point, and that's what a good GM does, especially before draft. Did you think a TPS video about pranking people that Giants traded Sequel? I don't know what he's talking about there. Yeah, I think 7 and 9 is a good prediction, Bad Dog. If I had to guess, that would be my prediction right now. 7 and 9.
Alrighty, and I'm back.
All right, you're back. Okay. Tate better than Shepard, Scott Term. Oh, he was saying Tate's better than Shepard, not Beckett.
Oh. Yeah, he's better than Shepard. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I never root for my team to be bad, Jeremy. I never root for my team to be bad. I know what your thought process is, that they'll be able to get a Tua. I'm not going to root for my team to be bad. And we don't even know what we're going to do this year. They might draft a quarterback. So if they draft a quarterback, why am I going to root for my team to do bad? Let's wait till after the draft before we even start saying any of this.
With that, nice casting couch says QC. Thanks QC. Thanks. When fans have that outlook, my question always is, why would you? I get that you can have the next best generational talent.
Johnny, thank you so much for the super chat. And Johnny, I know you're a big.
I washed my hands.
No way you washed your hands. He says, I know he is a big Game of Thrones fan. And that, you watch Game of Thrones?
A little bit.
That starts up, I think, in like a couple of weeks.
April.
Yeah. So I was thinking about it, if people in the chat are interested, of streaming it. If I don't know, it's on Sundays, I think. So if it is, I was thinking about streaming the first episode and watching it with you guys, if you guys are interested in that. But I know he always talks about it on Twitter. He's a big Game of Thrones fan. I love it. I love Game of Thrones.
Man, Entertainer, I gotta give you props. You have this ability to take very thorough sports analytics, but then fuse it in with pop culture simultaneously. Like,
yeah, man, I just love what I do, man. I love talking sports. I love talking movie. I'm a big movie. You in the movies?
Yeah, oh yeah. Bad Boys 2 is my favorite movie of all time. When you had Philly 500 on here, I was like, yo, y'all got to show Bad Boys 2 some love.
Bad Boys 2 Bad Boys 2 is great. But the one thing I got, Bad Boys 2, I mean, the action throughout is great. Will Smith is funny, obviously. Martin Lawrence. But it was a little long for me. It was almost like 3 hours for an action movie.
Yeah, it was pretty long, but it was worth it. I just loved it. And I don't know, that was my movie, man. That was my movie. I loved it.
Bad Boys 2 Michael Bay is great. Everything Michael Bay makes is a ton of action. Bad Boys 2 is my favorite. Wow, there you go. He said Bad Boys 2 is his favorite. Really?
Yeah.
Well, I will say, Bad Boys 2 is a very fun action movie. It is an enjoyable movie. It was just a little too long for me. They're making the third one.
Third one, yep. They're making a third one. I think it's going to suck.
Is Will Smith not in it?
Will Smith is in it. Will Smith and Martin Lawrence in it. But they're both old, man. They're old. Like, they got fat on their faces now. Like, like I saw Martin Lawrence during the Netflix Def Comedy Jam special. You know, I'm an old school 90s guy. So, I love Def Comedy Jam. I was like, let me go ahead and check out the reunion. And Martin Lawrence put on some damn weight, man. Like, he's gotten big.
Like, is that your favorite stand-up comic?
Oh yeah, he's from DC. Actually no, Dave Chappelle, who's also gonna be coming. Yeah, he's gonna be coming to Red Rocks with Jon Stewart August 26th.
Oh, Red Rocks! I went there when I was in Colorado. That's like the coolest stadium I've ever been to. The Beatles performed there. That was the first people that performed there. The Beatles.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I know that.
And I saw like it was like a nonsense concert, but I just wanted. It was like a Beatles band, a band that played Beatles songs, but it was just
tribute.
Cool. Yeah, tribute band. But it was just so cool to go there. You're right in the middle of the mountains. It's like carved out in the mountains. It's like the coolest stadium I've ever been. I love Colorado.
The acoustics, it's the one venue where the acoustics are 100% so organic. Like, it's real. Like, it's real, like, acoustics. It's not that built-in sound. I don't know if you're a concert guy. I love going to concerts. I love going to shows.
Yeah. I don't go to every concert, but I do like concerts.
Yeah, yeah. TixFlix, the official ticket provider for the Rumboyz. um, but yeah, yeah, no, Red Rocks is lit. Red Rocks is lit.
That's
We have a
not.
lot of venues out here. There's one called Fiddler's Green where I saw I went to a summer jam and like Migos came out here and performed, and that was crazy as well.
Let me tell you some places when I went to, and then we'll get back to the sports real quick before we finish this. Let me tell you some places I went to when I went to Colorado. I went to Pikes Peak, and I almost died.
Yes.
I almost passed out because you go up like it must have been like 3 miles, right? I mean the elevation. I felt like I was gonna pass out. That was cool. I went to the breweries. Obviously, I went to the Coors Brewery.
Oh yeah.
I went to like 3 different breweries, whatever it is. I went to the Global Warming Museum. That was interesting. I went to obviously a bunch of distillery shops, but we're not going to get into that. I went to I'm trying to think what else.
You're in New York, so I won't talk about it on your channel.
I went to Coors Field. Coors Field was beautiful.
Oh yeah, Coors is awesome. We'll actually be going live from within inside of Coors a few times throughout the course of the year. So that'll be awesome. Let's see. I've done a lot of stuff here in Colorado. Pikes Peak is amazing, but I mean, you're not gonna, if you're a normal person, you're not making up Pikes Peak without like dying halfway through.
I felt like I was gonna pass out, and you saw the snow as you were going up. Like it was like all green, and then as you're going up, it was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool.
You start at the bottom and you're like, it's nice and warm, but then you get to the top, you're like, holy shit, it is cold. Like, yeah.
It was like summertime, and I had to wear a hoodie. They told me you have to wear a hoodie. I'm like, what the hell do you mean I gotta wear a hoodie? And then when I got up there, I found out why.
Oh yeah, you find out why really quick.
Oh yeah, have you ever had a cannoli, Rumboyz?
Yo, I've had a cannoli. I had a cannoli. By the way, now that I'm on your channel, I'm gonna say this now that Bad Dog is listening. They sell Peroni here in Colorado. Thanks, fellas.
Thank God, Peroni's fantastic.
But yeah, I've had a cannoli.
Yeah. Let's answer a couple of questions. Giants defense will be good when I'm drafted in the 2024 draft. I hope it's better much. But Blakeman, thank you so much for the super chat. He says, do you like the under G's AD to Boston? Yeah, that's the other rumor, right? We've heard in the past, AD to Boston. I don't know. I hope he's a Knick, man. That's all I could say. And if I had to guess, I would say he's going to be a Laker.
He's either going to be a Knick or a Laker. It's a big market team. I don't think that Boston's big enough to get him.
Now, the thing with the Lakers, though, is if I'm Anthony Davis, wouldn't you want to get out of the Western Conference? Like, doesn't it make more sense to get out of the West?
Not if that's what you're used to. I mean, if that's what you're used to, you're gonna stick to what you're used to.
Yeah, I'm just saying it because obviously there's better teams in the West.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the Warriors, if they lose Durant, everything gets reshuffled, right? So.
Exactly. Yeah, it's the West confuses me because, like you just said, why would you want to play there if you've already had some troubles there? So I mean, I feel that.
And Ethel says, I got a point to make. I want to hear your guys' input. Go ahead and put your point, and I'll try to see it. What's going on, Shauna Phelps? Thank you so much for tuning into the stream. Anybody that is new.
Oh, that's my wife. That's my wife.
That's your wife?
Yeah, that's
wow,
my wife.
I'm talking to your husband. Is she like upstairs or is she in another house right now?
She's at work.
Thank you for tuning in the stream, Shauna Phelps. Welcome to the channel. Your husband's adorable.
Thanks.
We're not going to get into that question. This ain't a nonsense stream. But I'm waiting for him to make his point he wanted to ask.
Standing up.
What's going on?
Because you got to make sure you get everything back there.
Yeah, you're a stand-up guy. I don't believe that. I think the Warriors would re-up if they lost KD. Well, you could definitely argue that. You could say that Cousins going to take more of an expanded role. He would fill in for the departure of KD. What's going on, JMG? Thank you so much for tuning in. By the way, anybody new to my channel, don't forget to hit the like and join the channel. But more importantly, go into the description and please check out Rumboyz Fantasy Network. He's doing great things over there. A lot of streaming.
Thank you.
And I might. Okay, no, that's not the guy. I am the Google Man entertainer. Yes, you are the Google Man, Jeremy. You cheated last night in the
trivia.
In the trivia, yeah.
Yo, I feel like so Dylan he does this history thing on our channel where every night during our comment section he'll drop history from that particular day. And I think he Googles a lot of that stuff. I'm like, there's no way this young kid remembers all of this stuff because I can't remember that stuff, and you're dropping knowledge from when I was born.
Rumboyz on a... All right. MH is getting silly. Moselle, thank you for tuning in the stream. What's going on? Denard says, do you want the Giants to use all their draft picks or trade some for better picks? That's a great question, Denard. I think the Giants All right, I'm gonna get to that one in a second. I promised the NFL. Gettleman has a plan. Last couple of days, report says we have no interest in Haskins. What does he do? He sends Shermer and staff to his pro day. He is throwing people off like he is supposed to do. Very possible, NFL, and his pro day's tomorrow. So we'll see. Hopefully, some things leak and we get a better idea. But we're not gonna really know until the night of the draft. But back to I forgot the guy's name. But back to the other point about the what was the question? It was the I forgot now. Damn. I'm bad at that. I'm bad at that. And I can't move up on the chat. But it was something about the Giants. Oh yeah, would they move up? They have a ton of late picks. I fully expect the Giants, they have 9 picks from rounds 4 to 7. I fully expect the Giants to couple some picks to move up earlier in the draft. I definitely think that will happen. Whether it's getting another third, whether it's coupling that late third with a 2/4 and moving up to an early third or a late second. I think they're going to do something to move up earlier in the draft. Yes, I do.
Question. So one of the questions from the chat that I actually was going to bring up. By the way, Cushman, if you're going to drop that baseball news, I want a source, bro.
What do you say?
He said Craig Kimball in strong negotiations with the Brewers. But I want to talk about what MH put. Is Dave Gettleman a genius or a dumbass?
Is Dave Gettleman we're not going to know for a couple of years. We're not going to know for a couple. We're not going to know for a couple of years. You got to let it play out. Jeremy says I'm a stereotypical Italian man. I don't know what that means. I don't know if that's an insult or a compliment, but I guess.
Yo,
thank you.
Speaking of Italian, by the way, Bad Dog, shout out for the question about the cannoli. Like, people don't know this. I'm Jamaican, Dominican, and Italian, and like my Italian influence, like especially because my dad's side is like super dumb heavy. Yeah, people don't know it, but yeah.
So that's why you're into the cannolis. I'm almost 100% sure they will get Rosen for a third and go defense. I think that is the perfect scenario, NFL. If they could get him for a really cheap price, and I'm not a big Rosen guy, neither is Bad Dog, but if you get him for that cheap of a price and then could focus fully on the defense, that's the best route. But I do like Haskins.
Dominican, stand up. Finally, I find a brother that says Chris Senior. Yeah, Chris, I'm out here. Chris, I have a question for you, bro. What made you start your channel?
Yes, I should ask you that too. I always forget that. That's a question I always ask. Reason I started my channel, simple. I was always obviously into sports, and when I first started this, I did it completely for fun. Now I'm taking it more seriously, but I was in a group chat with my friends. We would always send texts about sports, and I would send silly videos, like 30-second, minute videos talking about sports. What's going on? Stand up, Ethan. Thank you for tuning in the stream. I would just send silly videos about like current events in sports, and they would be like, "You're pretty funny. You're energetic. People would like you on YouTube. You should try it out." And then I started doing it. It was more of a comedic type channel, and then it morphed into more serious sports talk. So the reason I did it, I just did it for fun at first, and my friends basically said you have to make a YouTube channel. People enjoy it, and I decided to. That's the reason I did it.
Nice. And you've been at this for what, a couple years now, right?
No, not even a year. 9 months.
9 months?
Maybe 10. 9 or 10 months.
Damn.
Yeah.
So I'm 5 months old. My channel's 5 months old. You clearly definitely hustled and leveraged that following that you have. But yeah, no, my channel's 5 months old, man.
Yeah, and what made you start?
So one day we were sitting back, drinking rum, of course.
Rumboyz, naturally.
Yep. Yeah, and my co-host, he has my co-host is a lot younger than I am, so he's still like kind of like college status.
Right.
And he has tons of like empty rum bottles all over like the top of like his cabinet and everything. It's like, bro, you're married, you gotta take them down now. But anyways,
he's already married in college.
Well, he's out of college, but like when this all started, yeah.
I see. Okay.
And like we kind of like it started off with like years ago we kind of just started calling ourselves like the Rumboyz, and then we decided a couple of our friends were sitting back watching us just talking sports one day during the football season. They're like, yo, you guys should really like talk football and talk sports, especially betting and analysis, because no matter any time our friends would place a bet against us, we'd always get it right. Sometimes even down to the T. So once we heard that sports betting was legal, we were like, yo, let's create a channel.
That's
and
awesome,
we were we kind of rode that wave.
That's awesome. I just wanted to say thank you to Lisa. She said she rang the bell. I always like when my bells rang. And JT Gaming said he wanted a shout out. Cesar Munoz, we appreciate that. He says we're awesome. We appreciate that. Thank you very much. You guys stream at 5:30 a.m. tomorrow, Jeremy. No, what are you, a lunatic? But one thing I will say, I am a lunatic. I'm off.
Oh,
I
yeah.
had vacation days to burn. Chris even talks in his sleep. Of course, he has to talk on his own channel. Jake says, "I love Jake. Jake's a great part of the channel."
Yeah.
But what was I gonna say? Yeah, so I am a lunatic. The first 2 days of the tournament, I'm gonna be streaming 3 or 4 games. I haven't decided yet of the NCAA tournament. I figure it's a chance to. I had days to burn. I had to use vacation days before the end of March. I said, what better than the first 2 days of the NCAA tournament? So I'll be streaming like 3 games each day, Thursday and Friday. 3 or 4 games. I haven't decided yet. So I'm gonna be working a lot for the NCAA tournament. Yeah.
I saw a question that I want bad. No, Nala, bad. Sorry, the dog's name is Nala. Oh wow, I guess Skins fan just dropped Earl Thomas to the Ravens. Oh, I think didn't we already cover that before?
Yes, we did.
But no, yeah.
Would you take Jeffrey Simmons in the second round? Jeffrey Simmons, of course, is going to be out. He's hurt, but in the second round, he's definitely worth considering for sure. High upside there.
I wanted to answer Bad Dog's question. All right, Rumboyz, who wins the NCAA tournament and which game is the biggest upset? All right, so biggest upset. Give me 1 second on that one. Let me think about that one. I got UNC by 1 over Duke. In my bracket, I picked UNC over Duke in the national championship by 1 point, 72-71. That's what I got as a spread. UNC winning. Now, more importantly, though, in terms of an upset, never that, Dylan. In terms of an upset, UC Irvine is one of those schools that I would not discount, and I think they can do it. That can go all the way. So
whoa,
look out.
You think they could go all the way?
I mean, not all the way, but at least to the Sweet 16.
Oh, okay.
I apologize.
I like UC Irvine as a potential upset. I don't know much about their program. I haven't done a lot of research, but the one thing I do know is where the game's being played. Jimmo, thank you so much for the super chat. He says, "Hey Chris, sorry Sir Arnold got taken to the woodshed the other night. A need for moderators, but keep it light. Love you, Bad Dog Show is very pro." Jimmo, man, I really appreciate that. Thank you so much, my man. Thank you for being a part of the channel. I really appreciate you. The kind words. Thank you.
So Bad Dog went Woodford over UK, and Iowa State going to the Elite Eight. I could see the Iowa State take. The Woodford take does worry me though. Over UK, I could see it, but it worries me.
I'm gonna give you. Yes, Ligma, you do need a mod. I'll go back in after because I don't have the chat in front of me. I will go back in after and give you one. But I'm gonna give you some of my. I didn't pick UC Irvine, but I thought about it because where the game's being played. I feel like a lot of people don't take that into consideration when they're making their picks. The game's being played in California, and the team they're playing is an East Coast team. So I said Kansas State, I think. So not really East Coast, but they're traveling.
That home field.
Yeah, so I was like, traveling college kids, you got to take that into consideration. But I almost did it. I didn't do it. The team that I have going really far that's a lower seed is Villanova. I have Nova going to the final.
Yeah, because Nova, there's some experience still left in that school and on that bench where they can still make a lot of things happen and make a lot of noise. So I think the experience is going to bring them through with theirs.
Yeah, their side of the bracket is really like up in the air. I thought so. I said, you know what, I'm gonna take a shot here with Nova. What's up, guys? What's going on, Arthur? Thank you so much. Thank you so much for tuning into the stream. And yeah, go over there and check him out. Another Lakers fan.
Yeah, no, definitely. Check out Arthur. Arthur's a big supporter of ours as well.
Daniel Jones to the Giants at 17. Mark that down. It's possible. We've heard the rumors. I'm not rooting for that. Second round, I'd be okay with that.
I'm basically Skins fans' father. It's like, no, I'm playing. No, Skins fans are a close homie, and a really good friend and a good supporter. Shout out to everyone out there in the D.C., Maryland, Virginia area. Yeah,
Skins fan all day. I love that guy. He's gonna be on the channel as soon as he can come on. Of course, you get a shout out Chris Sonor. He's another. I love Chris Sonor. I played him in Madden today, and he's got a channel as well. He's trying to grow. He just hit over 100 joiners, whatever the word is. But go over there and check him out. I'll be...
Some scribbles.
Some scribbles, there you go. Haskins to the Giants so we can get a rant video out of Bad Dog. I don't think Bad Dog would rant if the Giants took Haskins. It's just not his first option.
Yeah, it's not his first option is what it is. Rumboyz, you think the Skins take a QB this year? I don't like Keenum whatsoever. I hope that we take a QB, and I hope that we take the right QB. I'm not going to say that I'm high on many of our options either.
Yeah, and we'll be taking questions for about 10 more minutes, and then he's gonna have to let the puppy out. I'll rant at Jones for so would I. Bad Dog and me will do a joint rant because we'll be streaming that game on my channel, if that draft on my channel. So if they take Daniel Jones, you will see a joint rant at 17. If Kyler is there at 6, would you take him? Yes. What's going on Beyond the Game? Thank you so much for tuning into the stream, my man. Go over there and check him out. Well, are you guys wrestling over there?
Nah, I'm trying to put the dog. Hang on. Give me 1 second.
Do what you gotta do.
She's like, no. She's like, I want attention. I'm like, no.
Where?
You'll see 2 pissed off Italians. That's right. I'm the Giants. I will never be the Patriots. I'm always the Giants, Ethan. What's up? Oh, Blueface, what's you talking about Beyond the Game? Yeah, Kyler at 6 I would take. Warm up those pipes because they will draft. I hope not, Dwayne. I really hope not. I really hope those rumors aren't true. It's cool. Tyree Jackson, I think, is a good 3rd-round target. I don't think he's going to go in the first 2 rounds. 3rd or 4th-round target.
Luckily, I can just let her out and do whatever.
What's going on, Nick Howard? Thank you for tuning in the stream. He brought the turtles. Always appreciate that. Dogs are harder to take care of than little bad dog is.
Yo, my son is so much easier and a lot more behaved than my dog is. It's insane.
Yeah. It's an energetic dog. What's up, Big Blue? How you doing, buddy? Do you think we are as far off as everyone thinks? No, Denard, I don't. I don't think the Giants are that far. Okay. This is what
up?
This is what I'm going to say, Denard. We need a quarterback, right? We definitely need a quarterback for the future. But we have a much improved offensive line. We're going to improve it even more in this year's draft. We're going to get that right tackle. And they're going to have $100 million in cap space next year. So the holes that we can't fill through the draft, there's no reason to think in 2 years that the Giants can't be very good. You never know, but there's no reason to think that we can't be a very good football team in 2 years.
No, I mean, like I said, I don't think that you guys are that far off. Maybe I'm more optimistic. Maybe I've been watching NFC East here for too long. Nick Howard says the Pirates are here. What's good, Nick? No, man. I mean, I don't think that the Giants are as far off. Year and a half, 2 years, exactly like you said. You're right back on track.
Yeah, I think in 2 years they could be a really good team. Cushman, that's who I thought. What's up? Oh, he's talking to people in the chat. Does Montez Sweat scare you with his heart condition? I wouldn't take him at 6, but I need to know, before I fairly answer that question, I need to know more details on the heart condition.
Right, right.
I don't know how serious it is. It just came out this week. But I wouldn't take him at 6. But I don't think I would have taken him at 6 before the heart condition. He was more of a 17th target, which I didn't think he was going to get there. He might fall out of the 1st and 2nd round. He might fall like the 3rd or 4th round if it's a serious thing. We've seen that happen to players in the past.
Facts. Salud.
Trade Shepard now because next year he will walk for nothing. Can't pay 2 slot guys.
Who said that?
Dwayne Basco.
Oh, Dwayne.
Depends on the price. It depends on the price. If it's a good enough price, maybe. But if you're getting a late 3rd round pick, what's the point?
Exactly. Let's see here. Give me just 1 second. I saw somebody that asked a Redskins question. And you know what? Oh, my mock draft I have, this is from It's Cola. My mock draft I have Devin White to the Giants and N'Keal Harry to the Skins. I don't follow the Skins, so I was unsure. But Rumboyz, what are you targeting? I'm targeting receiver or quarterback, and that's always going to be my answer throughout the duration of this.
Yeah, and Harry's a wide receiver. A lot of people have him going.
Yeah, Harry is a receiver.
I had him going in my mock to the Ravens. I think he's a great fit there. I think 15 is a little early for Harry. But I could be wrong. People always jump and they go in different places where you don't think they're going to go. I had Harry going to the Ravens at 22. I thought Lamar Jackson could use a jump ball target, especially because he doesn't have the most accurate arm in the world, a guy that could kind of throw up passes to. So Harry's 6'5". He's a perfect fit there, I thought. If you guys go receiver, I think you go Hollywood Brown because I don't.
And that's what Bad Dog just said, actually.
Yeah, I don't. Oh, there you go. I don't think. I actually think I had Hollywood going to the Titans at 19 because I think he's a perfect fit there. They need that type of player, but if they go receiver, I think it will be Hollywood Brown. At the end, I don't think you go receiver though. I think you go pass rusher.
Let's see here. No, I 100% agree. Cushman says breaking. Alex Bregman signs extension. Once again, drop those sources. I don't want to report something, especially on another channel from what I'm normally on, without there being a source for me to kind of,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You would love to yeah, Arthur, for sure. For sure. I got a few other YouTubers lined up, but I'll definitely have you on the channel at some point, for sure.
Arthur, we can make it happen. We can make it happen. DM me, man.
Well,
DM
you two would be perfect. You're both Lakers guys.
Yeah, we're both Lakers guys. But I mean, what else do we have? What else you got going on, man? I see that we've been on this chat for a hot minute.
Yeah. No, we're gonna wrap it up.
Oh, Bad Dog dropped a source. Okay, so there's a source, and I see a link. So
there you go.
6 years, 100 milli.
Okay.
Source Ken Rosenthal. Bet. All right. Hey, congrats to Bergman. I can have him on my fantasy.
Yes, and you're still going through that the Rumboyz. Everybody do me a favor.
Sorry.
Check out Crazy Dog, by the way, too. Always shows a lot of support to my channel, and I'm sure he's excited. The Browns had a great offseason. They're excited over there in Cleveland. But I just want to say we appreciate that beyond the game. I just want to say we're going to wrap this up in like 3 or 4 minutes. But I had a great time having Rumboyz on. I look forward to working with you in the future, my man. And
most certainly. I want to do this again.
Yeah, no, we'll definitely do this again. Whether maybe go on your channel, maybe we call a game together. I'll definitely
one of the two. We would definitely make it work. Most certainly, man.
Yeah.
Because you have an incredible base. I mean, you have an incredible base. I mean, no matter what, you can at least count for a fact at least 50 plus in your chats every night. Always showing love, always being there. You know.
I always say, man, I can't say the word anymore, but my community means the world to me. I mean, Rogue Dog, Sexy Goat, Jake, Arthur, these guys are in my stream. Christian, they're in my stream. Bad Dog, of course, Beyond the Game. Scott Thomas.
Arthur, Mike D, Crazy Mofo, QC, like they know about the Pirates. Nick Howard, they know about the Pirates. You know, I know some of the Pirates stopped by today, and I'm happy that some of us stopped by.
But it's Cole is great, and of course Cushman. What does he say? Entertainer, you need to do a live stream. Well, I am doing a live stream for the draft. It's Cola. Bad Dog is going to be on the channel. We are doing a live stream. You do? Yes, I am. Bad Dog. The second, I'm going to do the last 7 or 8 minutes of the first half. I'm a huge St. John's fan. I'm going to be very into that game. Probably my third favorite team. I might even like them more than the Knicks. But yeah, I'm a diehard St. John's fan, so I'm going to be very into that game. But I'm going to be doing like the last 8 minutes because of work of the first half and then the full second half.
Yo, shout out to everybody from your community that showed me love, though. Damn.
Yeah, whoever jumped over there, man, I really appreciate it. Thank you for showing him love. Yeah, beyond the game, it's going to be a lot of fun. How short is Eli's leash if Haskins and Rosen is there? I think if Haskins... All right, those are two different quarterbacks in that full. If it's Rosen, it's very short. Because Rosen already has experience at the pro level. He's ready to start. If it's Haskins, I think Eli has to start for at least 8 weeks. Because Haskins only played 13 college games. He played in a college-style offense. I don't think he's ready for the pros yet. But if it's Rosen, Eli could be benched after week 1. So, two different scenarios. Scott Thomas, we really appreciate that, man. Yeah, we're going to get going. You guys, thanks for every day. Of course, man.
Yeah.
Thank you for being a part of the channel, buddy. And
It's Cola said that they're a Jets fan. They're going to be watching our content. Hey, yo, It's Cola. Let us know anything that you need. If you guys comment in our comment section, we will tailor our advice that we reply with to you. So, like, if you need something specifically for fantasy or something specifically, for a specific game pick, we'll tailor that advice to you.
Women's drop panties at Chris. Jeremy said. All right, buddy. All right. The Merritt family not Gettleman is the reason Eli is still there. You could certainly make that argument, Jake. And I love Eli, but you can make the argument. Let me go on the show. Yeah, Big Blue, I already told you.
Big Blue.
I'm going to have you on the show, but I need you to get more content up first because I don't think it's going to... I always tell that to creators. I say, if I'm going to have you on the channel, have some content on your page first because it's not going to help your channel if you got nothing there after you come on my channel. So, I'd work on your channel for a couple months and then we'll have you on. But I just want to say thank you so much, Rumboyz, for coming on. Keep up the great work on your channel. We'll definitely work together soon. Thank you to everybody who tuned in. Anybody who showed him some love who went over there. And anybody who came from his channel. If there was some people that did who joined my community, I really appreciate it. And
hey, Pirates, make sure y'all show love to Entertainer Talking Sports.
Yeah, and I appreciate that. And I'm going to let you close it out. I always let my guests close it out.
Oh, awesome. Hey, make sure you guys, show love and subscribe to the Rumboyz Fantasy Sports Network. We're going to be calling all of March Madness. We have our bracket up. We just posted that. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Rumboyz, spelled with the Z-N-E-T, like it is on the hat, ladies and gentlemen. New podcast episode dropping tomorrow, and other than that, I mean, keep supporting us because we got a lot going on.
All right, guys. Guys, have a great night. Thank you guys for being a part of the stream, guys. Have a great night, guys.